In a big city where tall buildings meet busy streets, a remarkable story is about to begin. It's a world where the past and present mix, where family ties and life's challenges come together in a mysterious way. A little guy named Ali got kidnapped from his family at the age of 4 while he was just having fun at the park with his mom. This sudden twist of fate completely shook up their once happy life because his mom never found him. Ali was part of a wealthy family and had a happy life with his parents and siblings, but his life took a harsh turn and he had to learn to survive on the unforgiving streets of the city. The streets became his new home and he found a new family there. Ali was just 4 years old at the time and he couldn't recall much from his past except for half of a childhood photo. Now known as Yaman, he lived alongside Yasser, Asi, and Umut, all of whom shared the weight of their traumatic pasts. Their only concern is Umut's treatment, and they pin their hopes on a foreign miracle doctor. But there's a catch. This doctor only comes once a year, and the examination fee is a sum of money they've never seen in their lives. As Yaman goes about his routine of collecting paper on the streets, he crosses paths with two people, Alaz and Rüya. Alaz was completely drunk and Rüya wasn't able to take care of him. He started to behave very badly on the streets, almost got naked, and Rüya asked help from the stranger Yaman to take them home. Yaman punched Alaz in the face to make him lose consciousness and then took them home. Alaz's mother, Neslihan, was there and she thanked Yaman for his gesture. She offered $1,000. At first, Yaman hesitated to take the money, but he remembered that he and his siblings needed it for Umut's surgery. They took Umut to the hospital with the money, but when they got there and asked for the doctor, they were told he only came once a month and you needed an appointment to see them. Yaman and his siblings got really upset and started making a scene in the hospital. A doctor came to see what was happening, and guess what? It was Neslihan, the woman who had given them last night. She listened to Yaman, felt a special connection with him, and decided to give him a chance. She was willing to perform Umut's surgery the next day. The following day, when they arrived at the hospital, a man named Serhan showed up and said they could proceed with the surgery, but it would cost $175,000. Yaman politely asked if he could step aside for a moment to discuss it with the doctor. To their surprise, Serhan revealed that the doctor was his wife and the hospital belonged to him. He asked them to leave. On the other side, Alaz, the son, was filled with anger towards Yaman without any specific reason. He couldn't let go of the fact that Yaman had punched him and kept threatening him. Yaman, this time, had a hunch that Alaz might be the reason why his father was against Umut's surgery, so he decided to visit their home to confront Alaz. Their confrontation turned into a heated argument, and as Alaz headed to the kitchen to grab a knife, Yaman considered leaving the house. But then, he heard a woman crying from a room with an open door. It was a child's room. When Yaman peeked inside, he stumbled upon something unexpected, the full image that he had kept in his wallet his entire life, a photo hanging on the wall of a little boy and his mother. Yaman was in shock, realizing that the woman crying in that room, Neslihan, was in fact his mother. Very quickly, Alaz caught Yaman again and attempted to stab him, but tragically ended up hitting his own mother instead. She was rushed to the hospital in a critical condition. This incident turned Yaman's world completely upside down, leaving him shattered. He managed to escape from the Soysalan mansion. Now, both the police and the family were on the hunt for him. But Yaman is determined to uncover the truth before he surrenders to the authorities. With only a half-torn childhood photo as his proof, he confronts Neslihan with the help of Rüya. Neslihan couldn't believe what was happening, and he asked her to do a DNA test, gave the hair to her, and escaped from the mansion. Serhan managed to track down Yaman and subjected him to a severe beating. He warned Yaman never to approach their family again, stating that they couldn't have a son like him. He told Yaman that many destitute people had come to their house claiming to be Ali, but he couldn't be one of them. Yaman didn't regain consciousness for several days, and he couldn't even stand on his own when he finally woke up. One day, he woke up by a knock on the door. To his surprise, it was Neslihan, filled with emotion, calling him her Ali. "You're my son. She hugged him tightly and took him back to the mansion. Serhan felt very bad that he beat his actual son, and his siblings Alas and Chala refused to accept him as their brother. Day by day, Yaman tried to balance two families. During a visit to the mansion, childhood memories resurfaced, especially the day he was kidnapped and kept in a basement. He heard a familiar cracking noise in the yard, which brought back the memory of his captivity. He followed the sound to a house near the mansion, where his other close family cousins lived. Upon entering, he noticed a window that triggered his recollection. It was a window with flowery glass, the same one from his 3-day captivity. As he entered the house, Yaman overheard a conversation between the resident, a man named Ilker, and someone else. Ilker was heard saying, "I'm very afraid that he'll remember who I am." This triggered another memory for Yaman. He recalled that there had been a man who resembled Ilker, the same man who had confined him in the basement. In a desperate attempt to escape, Yaman had used a piece of glass to cut the man's leg. This detail became crucial as Yaman noticed a scar on Ilker's leg, leading him to realize that Ilker was the one who had kidnapped him. What's Yaman going to do next? Is he planning to have a showdown with Ilker over the kidnapping? Keep watching to find out what happens in this story.